change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Some of the strongest beliefs we carry in life are not chosen. They are inherited. One of the most common is this idea that we should not have high hopes. Why? Because it could eventually lead to disappointment. This is where we all went wrong. Why should I lower my hopes simply because something might not happen? This reminds me of a quote from my favorite TV show, Ted Lasso, which is a show about an optimistic football coach that believes mindset, character, and belief matter just as much as winning. In the show, Ted says, "I've been hearing this phrase you all got around here that I ain't too crazy about. It's the hope that kills you. You all know that? I disagree, I think it's the lack of hope that comes and gets you. You see, I believe in hope. I believe in belief." What makes this moment powerful is not what happens next, but what does not. Ted is the coach of AFC Richmond, and after the speech, they go on to lose the game. On paper, the result fails, but the belief does not. Hope does not exist to guarantee a win. It exists to give you the strength to continue when the win does not come. What would have killed them was not losing, but playing without belief at all. Eventually, Richmond come back stronger, not because they won, but because they refused to let the loss define their direction. And that, right there, is the difference between hope and blind optimism. Hope does not promise outcomes. It simply sustains momentum. Just like a chart filled with unpredictable data points, life can curve, dip, and rise, and sometimes shoot off in directions we never anticipated. We often imagine life as a clean, perfect graph with neat axes, a smooth line rising upwards. But when you start to plot real experiences, real emotions, and real decisions, you begin to realize nothing is linear. The line you expect is never going to be the line you get. From the moment we begin our journey through life, we collect data, moments, choices, mistakes, victories. Some days land high on the y-axis, full of joy and possibility. Others drop far below from what we thought was even possible. The pattern is uneven, messy, and sometimes discouraging. But in that mess, in that jagged and unpredictable shape, lies the meaning of our becoming. Recently, a problem I've been facing is that I struggle with appreciating the present. Too distracted by the uncertainty of the future. Who will I be? What will I do? It's a problem many of us here face today. We overthink constantly. As much as our minds can lift us, it can trap us too. Overthinking starts to turn our ideas into barriers to our own growth. Now, if graphs have taught me anything, it's this. The midpoints matter the most, not the first or the last one. It's the data in between. The ordinary Tuesdays, the failures you learn from, and the moments of courage so small, it goes unnoticed. Like telling your physics teacher he solved the question wrong, or simply giving your opinion in a crowded room. Every step matters. This is what gives your line its shape, its gradient, and its story. When we realize this, something shifts. Instead of obsessing over every high and low, we start to look at the direction of the line, the trend. So, we draw our personal line of best fit, not to erase the outliers, but to learn from them. You see, the line does not ignore the data. It exists because of it. Have a look at this. This is a normal candlestick chart you can find on any trading platform. In trading, people use an indicator known as a moving average. And it does exactly what the name suggests. You see the fine line moving through the candlesticks? That's what I'm talking about. Instead of reacting to every hike and dip in price, it simply shows the average movement of it. So, as a trader, you understand where price is moving to overall. The line does not ignore these changes. It simply shows its mean. And just like in life, when you react to every mistake or bad day, you start to lose perspective. But when you relax and realize that even if the progress looks messy, you are still moving, you understand you have nothing to worry about. And here's the beautiful part. Even a chaotic data set can have a positive gradient. In other words, even a life filled with constant setbacks can still be moving upward. I have a question for the audience. Does anyone know what this word means? Yeah? Kumite. That's right. This word is kumite, and it's a common term used in karate for the word sparring. And a fun fact for the audience, I am a karate black belt. And whenever somebody finds out, their first question is always, "Hey Ethan, how long did it take you?" Well, it took 8 years. 8 years of hard work, 8 years of winning, 8 years of losing, and 8 years of bouncing back. And during that time, I suffered a foot injury that took me out the sport for 2 years. Yet the very next year after I recovered, I came back and I won the Best Student Award among 5 dojos all across the Bay. Over 100 students. If I had refused to stop then, I wouldn't be standing here even telling you this today. Today, the mindset around stopping is not only outdated, it's simply wrong. Stopping does not mean quitting. Taking a break does not show weakness. Graphs do not care about pauses, only slopes. Sometimes stopping is what prevents a permanent decline. This links to another outdated belief that limits are meant to be broken. Today, I'm here to tell you that not all of them are. We have to start taking some limits as warnings, not challenges. Not every sign of difficulty in your life means that you should push harder. Sometimes the best decision is to step back and change direction. So, the question today is not, what is my final point going to look like? No. The real question is, how am I shaping my line today? How am I learning from the dips? How am I celebrating the peaks? And how am I connecting those 2 points nobody else sees? So, the message here today is, life will never be linear. However, it will always be yours to plot. And if you keep moving, even slowly, and even with uncertainty, you will find that the trajectory of your life forms something beautiful, something intentional, and something upward. Thank you.